very exciting, hotly anticipated N97 handset. Now you may not recognise it from this angle because the one you're after is that one right there. So here we see we've got the full QWERTY keyboard, not a terrible action on it at all, a bit more space on it than the G1, perhaps not quite as much fun to press but a little clearer. You've got the space bar over here by your right thumb, which takes a little getting used to, but 5 minutes of play and I seem to be in the zone on that one. Nice space between the keys, good action on that. Tick. Joystick here works rather well, the pad joystick. You've got an up and down, plus you've got a select button in the middle. Tick, that works nicely too. Naturally, it is touch screen as well. Now you can see here, you've got a whole bunch of widgets, so your home screen is totally customizable. Here there's some Facebook, there's the time, and all sorts of things that you might want to switch in. The touch screen is really quite nice and responsive. You can log into your Facebook, whatever you need to do. All sorts of emails and things from whoever's phone it is I've got, or whatever it is you're after. But essentially, I was quite impressed by the way this thing moves around. Nice and sensitive, you're not mucking around too much. Naturally, it's got all your connectivity, your Wi-Fi's, your Bluetooth, 3G and everything, of course. It does have AGPS as well, so you can get your location a little bit more exact. One of the exciting things about this phone, of course, is that it's got so much storage. There's 32 gigabytes of onboard storage, plus whatever you can expand by micro SD. At the moment we're talking about 16 gigabytes, maybe sometime soon we'll see what SanDisk have got to say about this, but perhaps there'll be a 32 around the corner. It is all that SD memory card that is hidden under this, which I'll get to in a second. But what I quite like about this phone is it feels nice and solid. You've got a stainless steel chassis with ceramic paint on it, and even something like the camera cover there is a really nice. It's not just an afterthought. It's done quite tastefully. Double xenon flash there, only 5 megapixel camera, Carl's Zeiss lens, of course, as expect with the Nokia. You've got your 3.5mm jack, thumbs up there. You've got your camera buttons, of course, and your zoom there as well. There is a quick sleep switch here too, as well, so you can get it on and off nice and quick too, plus of course your on-off button there. Perhaps the only thing I don't like about it design-wise is the actual back, which is a bit of a tricky thing to get off. You sort of have to jab your nails around it a bit, and I feel like I'm going to destroy this person's N97. You'd be familiar with it if you use some of the Navigator phones, they use it as well. But there you go, there's your SD card slot there, micro SD, whacking great battery to give you plenty of days use out of that. And of course all the connectivity as well, hard-wise, is done by your micro USB, so there's no proprietary nonsense involved. The only other thing to note, little stylus attached, quite nice and neat. If you want to use a stylus, personally I don't, but it's good to be there. Other than that, personally I think I'd have to play with this for a good little while to get into it, but first impressions, I think they've done a good job here. I think there's lots to play with, and if you like your Nokias, you won't be disappointed.